Outrage is growing over IIT Madras Dean's comments after two engineering students committed suicide in the campus. The parents of the two students have called the dean insensitive and are demanding answers from the IIT management.
I feel the comment made by the learned professor is irresponsible and not actually depicting the actual point in question. A person cannot link the number of patents to the number of casual deaths. That's what my personal opinion. I believe the institutions should take utmost care in dealing with the students whose psychology the institution authorities should see, especially at the end of the years or maybe semesters or at the end of the career, how they are behaving or what their psychological needs are.
Okay, it is really unlike and very pathetic to hear statements from a person like a dean of a premier institute like IIT Madras. And so many students are committing suicides and there is no action being taken by the institute. And you say this media is blowing out. Media is not blowing out. Till now media has not entered, I think. It was not properly represented by the media.
And Deepthi now joins us on the phone line for more. Deepthi, the parents of the students who committed suicide now demanding answers after insensitive comments made by the Dean of IIT Madras.
Well, Dean of IIT Madras, Mr. Govardhan, had made a very sharp statement stating that media has been trying to portray only the negativity of the IIT and not the positive side of the IITs, and the parents of these victims, the students who have committed suicide. After both of them, Anup and Nitin, Anup had committed suicide in February and Nitin last week in this month. Both of them mentioned the that they could not meet up to the expectations of the lecturers there, and there was tremendous pressure on them. And they mentioned that both of them failed in they had academic failures, and that was the only reason that they were committing suicide. When we study closely both the suicide notes, this was the only reason they mentioned in their notes. And both the parents are now approaching the NHRC to completely probe into it and see to it that no other student goes through such a tragic phase and no other parents go through such tragedy.
Right now, Ram joins us live for more on the reaction coming from the Madras IIT Dean. Ram, a very outrageous statement has been made by the Dean. He said that the deaths are not statistically important.
Well, we have been speaking to various officials in IIT Madras over this. In fact, I have personally spoken to the director of IIT Madras, and what they have been telling us is that that the dean was misquoted, or rather quoted out of context. That is the official line which the IIT Madras has taken. We have been trying to reach out to Mr. Govardhan. So far he says that the director will do the speaking from now on. So we did speak to the director of IIT Madras, Mr. M.S. Anant, and they are saying that the report, media reports quoting Govardhan in an insensitive manner, quoting statistics in this death were misquoted, although they did not deny. Interestingly, they did not deny that these statements were made. They're only saying that these statements were put out of context, and they weren't, deemed, they weren't looked at as being insensitive. Also, these people have been telling us that they are as shocked as anyone else that the fact that someone, a senior student of a fifth-year student in IIT Madras, could take such a drastic step so quickly. But clearly, that is the official line which is coming out of IIT Madras, that they did not mean to make themselves look insensitive. It was just a comment which was quoted out of context. Back to you.
Thanks, Ram and Deepthi, for those updates.